Well, hello and welcome back to the Reining in Ray podcast, a sub-podcast of the Basic Bible Podcast, and we are here, can we say on location?
On location, sure.
And before I forget, I'm Kevin Thompson, and next to me, over in this other chair, the one, the only, the Ray Jewel, the Ray of Reining in Ray.
Yeah, it's been a while, Kevin.
Yeah, we haven't recorded these I've been having some health issues.
Well, me too.
And we've both been in the hospital.
Yes, we have.
But I win because I've been in twice now.
Yeah, and you got a lot more going on than I did.
Yeah, my first day was 11 days. And you only stayed in what? Just
overnight?
Just overnight. So I've already got you beaten.
Yeah. Well, it's about time you beat me in something.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, we're actually recording here in my hospital room at Mercy Hospital. I'm actually going to be having surgery tomorrow. And this is what I do the night before surgery.
This is what calms you, Kevin. This is what you love to do. I'm more than happy to be here to help you with that.
Yeah, we're just a bunch of nerds.
We are, at least two. I don't know if we're a bunch, but we are two.
So yeah, this is what calms me. This is what helps me bring some sense of normalcy.
Yes.
Into
which is really odd because there's nothing normal about me.
We found out quite the contrary.
Well, yeah, they kept saying that I was normal when I was in the hospital.
You have written documentation, medical proof, follow the science, that Ray is normal. So, who would have thought that?
Well, not me.
So this is we'll call it our hospital holiday edition.
Oh, I like it. The hospital holiday edition. We can even think up a song that goes with that.
So this will be our Christmas edition.
Okay.
Of the podcast.
Well, I'm going to do that song.
Oh yes, we have.
I did find the words, but.
Yeah, it should be in our Facebook group.
Yeah. And
it's a reminder that you all should be a part of our Facebook group.
That's right.
So go into Facebook and you can search for the Basic Bible Podcast and you can find our group and you can join our group. We have, about 230 or so in the group.
I do every so often I'll do a blitz on my friends and see if we can get more.
So right now we're just posting podcast episodes, some memes, a few links, but eventually, I'm sure Ray will get back to blogging, but I'm not going to guarantee that.
I'm not going to guarantee it either. Though things are starting to get back into a rhythm. I need a rhythm.
Yeah.
And actually, I started working on something today that Mark Grindle preached yesterday at Roxbury, and he reminded me of something that I thought of several years ago. I'm looking at the phrase "but God," and there's like 65, 66 times in the New International Version that phrase is used. And what I'm wanting to do is categorize those in some way, like God's power, God's providence, just God's discipline.
I only accept the ESV as authoritative, so.
Well, I can look at it that way too. Well, I've been reading through the Bible with John Grice this year, and I've been using the ESV all year because I wanted to do it in a different translation.
And you're still Arminian?
I still am, because imagine this. There is Arminian thought in the ESV. I see it every day.
Yeah, but there's no Arminian thought in the Bible.
Yes,
okay, that's enough.
Here we go again. Ooh, okay, I'm looking for...
That's what we do.
Basic Bible. Well, we do it all the time.
All right, so while you're searching, I thought I'd throw out a few holiday questions.
Okay.
And of course, I'm saying holiday, and I'm hoping no one gets offended at that.
By
I didn't
way,
actually
we're
say
at,
Christmas.
241 members.
241, yes.
Yep.
Sorry for the 10 members I left out. But... Ray, you posted on Facebook, speaking of Facebook, just a couple of days ago about It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
It was back on TV.
Yeah.
And I missed it because I was No, I wasn't here. I was actually with the family.
Uh-huh.
We were celebrating our Christmas and getting our Christmas.
Well, don't feel
decorations
bad.
up.
I fell asleep during it.
So I want to know: is that your favorite Christmas movie, or is there another one?
There is another one. I absolutely love A Christmas Carol with Alistair Sim as Scrooge.
Ah,
That is my all-time favorite because there's a lot of Christian references, biblical references in it that you don't always necessarily see in the others.
well, there are angels in It's a Wonderful Life.
Well, there are, yeah. A fellow, the wrong kind of angels, probably. Oh, there it is. I found the music, or the words. Okay, so, no, I mean, I love It's a Wonderful Life, but they have the wrong idea of what an angel is.
Yeah.
Because, he was a human, and humans do not become angels.
And we covered that in an episode a long time ago.
Yeah, and then just different things about it. But I mean,
but it is biblical that every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
Well, okay.
I thought I read that in the Psalms somewhere.
No, I suspect,
maybe not.
I suspect that might have been in the book of Hezekiah somewhere.
Second Assumptions 3:17.
Yeah, right. So, well, the song would fit. Let's see. I got to go through this in my head because the syncopation on this is a little bit. I mean, it's a very clever way of doing it, but he didn't hit it just right.
All right, you think about that. I'm going to go with my favorite Christmas movie is It's a Wonderful Life.
Uh-huh.
When I was a kid, I used to watch that. Now, when I was a kid, it was on all the time.
Yeah.
Now it's on just once a year because
actually it's on Christmas Eve this year though. Too.
Okay, so it's on twice. So I won't miss it.
Or you can always look it up online.
Yeah, and I've got the DVD, so
you might have to do it.
But remember when I was a kid, it was shown literally all the time because somehow the copyright had lapsed, and so it was copyright free for a while. So all these little TV stations picked it up, and they would air it on Christmas. But now NBC owns the right to it, so they don't. But I used to love that show. It's weird because I think it was. I could be wrong about this. I think I was first introduced to it when watching the movie Gremlins. With little Gizmo. You ever see that movie?
I'm not.
No, this was
probably referred to it, huh?
This was a 1980s movie.
Yeah.
And they referred to it. I remember thinking, I don't know what that movie is. Mm-hmm. And so then I began watching it, and I just fell in love with it. I thought it was great. I used to know, I could pretty much almost, at one time, I could pretty much recite the whole movie.
Yeah.
I can't do that now.
No, but...
Well,
and there's some real interesting little tidbits about the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like the person that played Alfalfa with Spanky and the Gang,
yeah.
he is at the high school.
Little
He's
Rascals,
the one that
yeah.
turns the key to have the gym floor open up over the pool.
Yeah.
Then Ellen Corby, who played Grandma Walton, has a part in there.
Yeah.
And then, of course, what's the uncle's name?
Billy.
Yeah, Uncle Billy. The crash that you hear when he's going away from the party and he's sort of
he's drunk and yeah.
He actually ran over some stuff.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And that wasn't planned.
Yeah.
they didn't cut it because it's one of the best parts of the movie, I think.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. And then it's weird. I do like watching some of the old animated, or this wasn't animated, stop motion, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer from the 60s. Just watched that with my kids. And then this year, I don't know why I missed it, but little Devontae, my 5-year-old, picked this out, that Burl Ives, the snowman, is playing a banjo.
Yeah, yeah.
And I never noticed that before.
Yeah.
That just made this movie...
It's pretty prominent there, too.
Yeah, so that just made the movie all the more...
How the snowman could play a banjo is beyond me, since the snowman...
I don't know how anyone could play a banjo, but it's awesome.
Well, I just watched this morning again because I had to put out there. I posted on Facebook this morning how Santa Claus started out as a redhead. And then my proof for that is the 1970.
Hi, sorry to interrupt.
Well, come on in.
No, we're good.
Hi, I'm Gabriella. I'm one of his nurses.
Uh-huh.
So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Ray.
Nice to meet you. Are you friends?
Friends.
Yeah.
Friends? Okay. Very
Very
nice.
close friends. Yes.
Okay. Good.
I shouldn't say
But not too close.
Not that close. Not that
Yeah.
That's
He's one of my best.
Yeah, so that was my nurse that just walked in.
Yeah, her name is Gabriella. Seems like a very nice person.
Yeah, it has been.
That always helps. to
All
have
these
a-
nurses are very nice.
Yeah, I had actually had a lot of fun with my everybody that was in the hospital. Get on his case
Yeah.
some about that. But. Okay, let's do this song real quick. 'Cause
Okay.
I think I got it.
All right, hit it.
Up at Nicaea, Bishop's Pause, Arius and Santa Claus. One claims a time when the sun was not. One says that's a heretical thought. Ho, 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 who's gonna go? Ho, 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 who's gonna go? Off with the right hook, good Saint Nick. Down goes the dirty heretic.
There should be applause after
There
this.
should be.
If I had my soundboard here,
Yeah,
There would
I
be.
remember how that works.
and someday we're gonna get that to work.
Yeah,
Hopefully, next year.
yeah.
We'll
Well,
start
I mean,
getting more.
it's sort of hard to get it this year.
Yeah, I
Not
don't
much time
know.
left, and you're sort of preoccupied.
Yeah, I got to get out of this hospital room first.
That's right. Well, that's what you're preoccupied with.
Right. All right, so that's the thing of recording in a hospital is that you're going to get interrupted 1,000 times, and
well-
that's fine.
You have good background music. These buttons on here.
Yeah, we just got all of the kinds of nice little noises and stuff. Yeah, a little background music.
Which is fine because I don't have the soundboard here anyway. So.
So we can ask your nurse how you are as a patient.
Oh, you're great.
Look at there.
She's
She's,
there.
they must teach lying really well at the hospital here.
Nah, you're fine. He's been pretty decent. It's different if you're calling every 30 seconds, but Kevin hasn't.
Yeah, I
done
spaced
that.
it out at least a couple minutes.
He would probably do it out of boredom though. I mean, you don't you got any of your, well, you're not watching political stuff right now anyway, are
No, yeah, well, I can now.
you? You can now.
So yeah, I have been.
Okay.
I've been watching. Not today. I've actually been working today. Got into a staff meeting
Oh well, fun.
and then looking at. It's the weirdest thing. Grading papers from my cell phone.
Oh.
You
But I
need-
finally dug out my laptop. So,
There you go. That was just going to say
Hopefully.
you need your computer.
but this will be probably a very disjointed episode because I keep pausing and unpausing.
That's
But we'll make sense of it somehow.
somehow we will. We
Okay.
usually do.
So
You were going to ask some Christmas questions.
Right, so
I
we-
sang the song, so
all right, so we talked about favorite Christmas carol,
Movies.
favorite Christmas song. I don't know if we got that on.
we haven't done the song thing. We
All right.
asked her, but she
Yes.
didn't have one.
Well, she said the Grinch.
Huh?
She said the
For the
Grinch.
movie, yeah. I
The
don't know
movie,
about
yeah.
Oh,
the
the
song.
movie, you said-
Oh,
That's too
that's the
hard.
movie. Okay. So favorite Christmas carol, since you're the singer, Ray.
Oh golly.
Carol song.
I like
anything.
Oh Holy Night. I enjoy singing that. Enjoy to the world.
I wonder how many people actually enjoy singing that because very few people can hit that last note.
Well, I usually sing it solo.
I normally just
don't
drop
need-
out at that
I
point.
don't need anybody else's help when it comes to singing. Typically,
You said Joy to the World.
yes.
That is
A good Calvinist writer.
Isaac Watts. Which ironically is not considered a Christmas carol.
It's not. It's
In-
an
yeah.
Advent song because it's based on Psalm 96, I think,
Yeah,
and it's an Advent.
it is Devante's favorite Christmas song.
Is it?
Devante, my 5-year-old,
Mhm.
just learned how to sing that. And
But
so he's
you
been
know, I
singing
mean,
it.
at least it's a Christian
Yeah,
based song. Now that there's a couple of songs that are going on right now that are not Christmas at all. though people think they are. Let It Snow. Not a
Yeah.
single word about Christmas in Let It Snow. And Jingle Bells. Not a single word about Christmas.
Okay, but
in
we
Jingle
can
Bells.
just let that slide.
It's an interesting point, but you only will hear it around Christmas.
Exactly. I mean, it's about sleighing.
Well, because it's winter time.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
there's a
And
difference
Christmas is
between
kind of in the
winter
middle
and
of winter.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, so now you don't want Hallmark to start their movies in October, but you're okay with.
No, I don't want Hallmark to start their movies ever. I
But you're okay with singing Jingle Bells all the time because it's a winter song.
well, I wouldn't be okay with singing it in the summertime.
Well, no, you could go sleighing in the summer. It just won't be on snow.
Yeah.
Sorry, real quick. I'm gonna have you order in like 5-10 minutes if you're okay
Yes.
with that. And I'll check back in about 20 or so minutes, okay?
Absolutely.
And get you everything done. All right. If you need anything, give us a call.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so we got like 5 more minutes.
Is that all we got?
No, well, we'll pause the recording at 5 minutes, and then
Yeah.
we'll pause it in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm here to check lens.
Oh.
Sorry. I'll go quickly, I promise.
That's okay.
No, that's fine. You're good.
Okay, so talking about favorite Christmas songs, I've got to go with "Hark the Herald Angels Sing."
That's a good one.
That's a very clear
Mm-hmm.
gospel presentation.
Yes.
Ironically, from an Arminian,
Yeah.
Charles Wesley.
Charles Wesley. Yeah.
So you picked one from Watts,
Yeah.
the Calvinist,
Yeah.
and I picked one from the Arminian.
Yeah. We must be
That's-
rubbing off of each other. No, I've always liked Joy to the World, and I love Isaac Watts' stuff. Most of, there is a certain amount of biblical stuff in there. So.
And I will say, I do enjoy, and yes, I understand it's not completely biblical. I get it. Get off my case. But We Three Kings,
Yeah.
I enjoy it. It's one of my favorites. I look forward to it.
Yeah.
Even though, yes, I know the Bible doesn't say how many wise men were there.
Right.
I get it. But you know what? Get over it.
Actually, the song, when you stop and think about it, is more about the gifts than it is
Right.
the Three Kings.
But I especially love the Beach Boys rendition of it.
Oh, yeah? I don't know.
The harmony
I've heard that.
is just incredible.
Well, the Beach Boys were just very harmonious.
They were.
They were a pretty amazing group.
And not known for their Christian music.
Right. Well,
But, hey, you know what? What do they say? A stop clock is right twice a day. I enjoyed that version.
yeah. Okay. I'll have to look that one up because I don't remember hearing it.
Okay, so what about holiday traditions? Any Jewel family holiday traditions?
Well, just growing up, we had more traditions than we've been able to maintain. Though I guess we're going to get together around New Year's again this year. I think we did that last year. So my son and his wife and my daughter are all going to be here over New Year's Eve and stuff. We don't care if we do it on Christmas Day or not, just so we can get together is a blessing.
Yeah.
Of course, going to candlelight service. Last year I had, on Christmas Eve, I had 5 appearances 2 years ago. It wasn't last year because of COVID. But 2 years ago, I had 5 appearances as Santa Claus on Christmas Eve.
And
Plus
this year
going-
you'll be at
going to
Chick-fil-A.
church. Yeah, this year, Chick-fil-A. Oh, you opened that up to a plug.
I did.
Chick-fil-A, December 21st, breakfast with Santa. Probably, I don't know the exact times, but I'm assuming it'll be from 6:30 to 10:30. That's when we serve breakfast.
Yeah.
That's the Tuesday before Christmas. So come on over, because we'll do some singing, and you know, hey, I'm the guy that is playing the Santa, so I have no problem with parents who want to take pictures using their phones and stuff.
So I just want, for the record, to throw out there that we've just given a free advertisement to Chick-fil-A in Janesville. So if they want to reciprocate that,
yeah,
you know,
sponsorship.
We're always looking for sponsorship.
Sponsorship.
Or they can hand out basic Bible business cards with every meal. You know.
I like the idea. I don't know if David would run.
Yeah, I don't think. In fact, we probably shouldn't even mention that because I don't want to get you fired.
Oh, if he was going to fire me, he'd already done it.
All right. So at Thompson family, what we do now, as a kid, I always remember. You know, I woke up. You know, we opened all our presents. And my dad always cooked bacon and eggs. That's the only time he cooked bacon and eggs all year.
All year, huh?
All year.
Wow.
Fried eggs over easy and bacon.
Hmm.
And then the big time, we went to my grandparents' house. My dad was a single dad, single parent. He did what he could.
Mm-hmm.
But my grandmother knows how to buy gifts. And she buys a lot of them.
Yeah.
And so that's what my brother and I always look forward to. My dad gave us some stuff and it was nice. But the great anticipation was going to grandma's house.
Sure. Yeah.
So as now my family, my wife usually buys the kids matching pajamas for Christmas Eve. And sometimes they get I think we've even slept out on the floor in the living room on Christmas Eve, and then got up that next morning.
Try to catch Santa in the act, huh?
Yeah, well, then Santa comes downstairs.
Okay.
And gives out gifts. Mm-hmm. But see, my kids don't fall for that because they know the real ho ho ho.
Yes.
And it's not me.
Oh, I love it.
So.
Yeah.
I really think my kids do think that you're the real Santa. So.
I think you're right. At least the younger ones always call me ho ho ho. So.
And I think the last time Leroy saw you on, he said, "Where are my presents?" So. But
I think you're right.
I think he did, yeah.
I should have come back with, well, have you been naughty or nice? And should I ask your dad?
Right.
You better...
Okay, Ray, so I think we need to wrap it up here.
Oh, come on, we're having so much fun.
We are having fun. But we're going to be interrupted again very soon.
Yeah, that's life.
But any favorite Christmas memories?
Well, I suppose somewhere. One of the things that we used to do, my family growing up, we'd go to the candlelight service at church, but we'd all get in the car, and our Christmas Eve meal was always McDonald's.
Oh.
And we'd go get that, and then when we got back, the presents were under the tree.
They just magically appeared.
I used to think it was my dad that did it, but I found out years later that it was actually my mom that did it. So, just being with family is the memorable part of it.
Yeah.
It's good to be with friends and family at all times, but especially at the holidays.
For me, my favorite memories were, this is not just of Christmas, but it did happen at Christmas. We'd have, I said we'd go to my grandparents' house, and we'd also have a big meal there.
Yeah.
But after the meal was done, the table would be cleared. It would just be my two grandparents, my grandfather, my grandmother, my dad, and myself. Everyone else would go away, do whatever. But we would stay at the table, and my grandparents would talk about either old World War II stories.
Okay.
Although my grandfather fought in the Navy, but just at the tail end of World War II, just as World War II was actually over, I think.
Yeah.
But what was more important to me were the old, this is where I get it from, political stories, Boston political stories. About
there's a lot of Boston political stories out there, I'm sure.
Vote often and early for James Michael Curley, the old corrupt yet benevolent mayor of Boston.
Yeah.
Who, the Robin Hood type, steal from the rich to give to the poor. But he's, it was Curley that, launched the careers of guys like Tip O'Neill, even John F. Kennedy.
Mm-hmm.
So that was always interesting to hear those stories about growing up there post World War II Boston. But then now, it really, seeing my kids on Christmas, having them open the gifts, and just seeing them so excited, that sounds so trite, but it's really true.
It is. I mean, you want to be able to give your kids something to remember good times.
Yeah.
And, that's different things for different kids.
Yeah. My wife's family used to go to a lodge up in Dodgeville, Wisconsin.
Uh-huh.
I think we've stopped that tradition now, as Jill's grandparents she's grandmother is now past 90.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to stop that tradition. But that was a fun, and I'm glad my kids got to go to that before they stopped that. But well, speaking of stopping, we've got to stop this podcast.
Oh, okay.
We're hitting 30 minutes here.
How do you know?
So
we've stopped and started it. How do you know?
Hopefully this will make sense. But so
it doesn't matter if it does or not. This is the Reining and Reading podcast.
Right.
It's not the basic Bible.
That's
podcast.
true. So we wish you a Merry Christmas
and a Happy New Year.
But we will be back next week with another great Basic Bible Podcast episode. So don't forget to check out our website, www.basicbiblepodcast.org. Find us on Facebook. Find our group. And we are, and I didn't even mention this, we are going to be doing a book giveaway.
Yes.
I've got a bunch of books that some publishers have given me, including Life's About Relationships by Don Woodard and myself. I'm going to include myself in that since I wrote the foreword. So we're going to give a copy of that away. We've got a signed copy of both the Case for Christ and the Case for not the Case for Heaven, but the Case for
creation, faith,
the Case for something I don't even know.
Christmas.
No, those are all good.
He wrote them all.
Oh, Case for Miracles. Case for Miracles.
Okay.
That's what it was. And he signed both of those. I'll be giving those away. So be checking our Facebook group for that. I'm going to be posting on that in the Facebook. So if you're not a part of the Facebook group, you might miss out on that.
Yeah.
So join that.
We need to get to 300 by sometime this year.
Well, maybe this will be what does it.
That would be right.
We'll pick some.
So it's only 59 more.
And
I'll be doing a blast sometime this week.
The last time we did this, I had my kids pick names out of a hat.
Yeah.
I think we'll do that again, and I'll give you all the contest rules about that on the Facebook. So be looking for that. So, and then also on Instagram and Twitter at Basic Biblecast. So until next week, have a good rest of your week.